Hey everyone, Paul Gale Network here with an exciting news update. Over on X, Nintendo president Mr. Shuntaro Furukawa just announced that the Nintendo Switch successor will indeed be backwards compatible with Nintendo Switch games. Now, this is something that we all thought had a good chance of happening, that was probably going to happen, but we didn't know for sure. We weren't 100% guaranteed. After all, you look at some Nintendo transitions, SNES did not play NES games. N64 did not play Super Nintendo games. Nintendo GameCube did not play Nintendo 64 games. But you look at Wii, it played GCN. Wii U played Wii. Nintendo has made an attempt to have some type of backwards compatibility through other means, like with the Game Boy player on Nintendo GameCube being able to play Game Boy Advance games, the Super Game Boy for the Super NES being able to play Game Boy titles, and then when you look at Nintendo's software line when it comes to handheld consoles, more of them than not were backwards compatible. Game Boy Color played Game Boy Advance played Game Boy Color and Game Boy, Nintendo DS played Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 3DS played Nintendo DS. So some of the home consoles, most of the handheld consoles, and I think that overall it looked like Nintendo Switch's successor would indeed play Nintendo Switch games. But this is a really strong case for Nintendo Switch software continuing to sell for years later, because this builds some customer faith, some customer confidence that, hey, the system that I'm buying now is still going to be relevant because the games that I'm buying for it will be future compatible. We don't know yet for sure, will they be upgradable for free, like having better performance patches just given, or higher frame rates, higher resolution, better graphics packs, or will it be something that you have to pay for a la carte, like $5 for this game, $10 for that game, instead of buying a fully re-released version, just pay that little performance patch to get the better graphics, resolution, frame rate, all of that kind of stuff. Will it happen by default or not? We don't know. But regardless, you're buying this game and you're like, you know what? Maybe I'm done with the Nintendo Switch now. I'm going to sell it, trade it in, move it on, give it to a younger sibling or to a friend, relative, maybe you're a kid, something like that, and get that next Nintendo Switch hardware, but still want to hold on to some of your library or all of your library. You've got that game that still works, that is still your title that you love on now the new system that you probably love that much more, because it's going to have brand new Nintendo Switch 2 games and play all of the classics. So this is awesome. Also, Nintendo confirmed this evening something that we did know about before, but that is that Nintendo Switch Online will transfer over into Nintendo Switch 2. So Nintendo Switch Online brought with it quite a bit. You're looking at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, Animal Crossing DLC, Splatoon 2 DLC, the ability to, of course, to play online, those 7-day free trials of titles, the voucher system, Tetris 99. I mean, gosh, there's so much. NES, SNES, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, lots of different classic consoles able to be played online. Not just in general, but just like in general and online. Just the best of both worlds. This is all coming hot off the heels of Nintendo's amazing fiscal report, where the Nintendo Switch has now sold more than 146 million units worldwide, and she gets way to 150, which it will do by December 31st, and clearing 1.3 billion units of software worldwide, ever closing up on that gap of having a ratio of 9-1, which it will eventually happen. 9-1 meaning for every one Nintendo Switch console sold, 9 games have sold, which is amazing. It's currently only behind a couple of Nintendo consoles, Wii and Nintendo GameCube. And it might end up beating both. It may end up becoming the first Nintendo platform and only Nintendo platform ever to have a ratio of 10-1 software to hardware. But finally, Mr. Furukawa Mr. Furukawa did confirm once again, as he stated last night, that more information on Nintendo Switch's successor will be coming before the end of the fiscal year. And one more time this evening, said that same thing, essentially, that more news will come at a later date. So, at most, we have like 146 days, which is between now, November 5th, and March 31st of next year. Now, I don't think we're going to wait until March 31st to get this news. I think that there is a possibility still that in December at the Game Awards we see it. Maybe. I'm less than 50% confident about that. But I am pretty confident that by the middle of February, we'll see it. Now, maybe Nintendo decides to hold off until mid-March, but at the end of the day, you know, whether it's February or March or January, which I'm a little bit less expecting of January just because it's so close after the holiday season that you wouldn't want to rub too many of the masses that bought an existing Nintendo Switch hardware over the holiday season, Christmas time and all of that in December, to now feel like, if I just knew a few weeks later they'd be showing off the new system, I would have waited. February is a little bit more removed, but still, it's November right now. That means in like 4.5 months, for sure we are going to see this next generation Nintendo hardware. Probably in less time. You know, like to be safe, call it 3 months. But hey, if you want to be more safe, go with that 4.5 months. But I'm just excited. This is a quick little news update that I wanted to share this evening. And yeah, for more, consider following me on YouTube and X, where I talk all sorts of gaming talk, provide numbers, feedback, analysis, deep diving on stuff, and also martial arts videos and tutorials and all that kind of good stuff as well. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Are you stoked for next gen? Because I sure am. I can't wait. This is peak Nintendo. I've been covering video games for so long, almost as long as I have been a fan, which is obviously longer, and looking at all of Nintendo from all the different decades, they are operating at their best right now. Parks, movies, games, Lego deals, partnerships all over the place, shoes, Levi's, Puma, you name it. Good stuff. And even more to come, I'm sure. I'm excited. All right, that's it. I don't want to ramble on, but thanks again for watching. This is PGN signing out. Have a good one. Bye.